It's not unusual for University of Utah golfers not to want to come to Utah County, but when it's the Utah Open, they will make an exception. Where's Wesley? At Riverside Country Club with former University of Utah golfer Dustin Pimm. Dustin?
Wesley?
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Dustin, what's the best part of being a member of the Utah Section PGA?
I'd say just the camaraderie, getting to know everyone, because everyone's so different. Everyone has different backgrounds, but being part of this tight-knit group, it's like and especially with this section, everyone's really tight. I've played with guys in different states, and they play in tournaments together, but they don't really know each other. I feel like everyone really knows, not only them as a person, but their families. We're just such a tight circle as a section, and I really love that.
So Dustin, what's it like playing in the Utah Open? You've done this.
This is
big part of your life.
Yeah, I've probably done it for 15 years, ever since college. I love it. It's such a well-run golf tournament. I've played in a lot of great tournaments, and this is by far one of the best run. I'm not being biased towards the PGA section or the Utah section, but it's so fun to play, and Riverside's awesome. Oak Ridge was great. The previous courses, but it's fun to play in this environment, with the competition, because the competition is always so good here, but it's just really fun to play.
So everybody thinks that once you get a job as a golf pro, that all you're going to do is play golf.
Yeah.
That is not the case, is it?
It's far from it. It allows you to be around the golf course, and there are days where you can go play golf, but it's business. And now, with how many golfers there are, business is booming. There's so many golfers, and there's just not a lot of tee times. So, playing golf is, yes, it's part of the job, but some days it's not part of the job.
What's the toughest part of being an assistant?
I think waiting, being patient. There's a lot of good head golf professionals, and ones that I, aspire to be like, that I'm trying to learn from. I've worked for a few different ones, at least in Salt Lake County, and I'm taking bits and pieces of, what they do really, really well, and, try to put it to, what I want to be as a head professional.
You're in a good situation now with Mark, right?
Yeah.
At Mountain View.
Yep.
You've worked at South Mountain.
I've worked at South Mountain as a seasonal, but not as a seasonal or a full-time assistant. But I've been at Meadowbrook under Troy Watkins, and then at Mountain View with Mark. So, I've worked under Wade Olson, who's at Old Mill, Jerry Brewster, who's the director of golf for Salt Lake County. So I've worked for a lot of great golf professionals. Ooh, saucy. Good shot, Wes.
Thank you.
Here, Gramps.
Should be shooting that. Nice! Nice!
Oh yeah. I can't make a 10-footer, but you can make 25-footer.
Yeah. Good ball, Wes.
Thank you.
Really nice.
So what was with your back injury, and how have you recovered from that? What happened?
It stemmed from, high school. I played basketball, baseball, and golf through, almost into high school. Gave up baseball, just stayed with basketball because it was a winter sport, and golf summer sport. Made the transition my sophomore year. Went up for a layup one day, kind of came down, and it just felt just something different. And it just started pinching and pinching. Next day I woke up and I just had pain all down my right leg. Went away after some physical therapy. My junior year of my college year, got hurt again. But it just, disc issues, it finally ruptured. Just couldn't deal with it, so I had surgery. It's been the best decision. Honestly, feel so much better, have such a better quality of life. I can pick up my kids, I can sit, I can sneeze. I can't tell you how how much I love sneezing, but how painful it was.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, it's a lot better now. It's still never gonna be the same, but you know, as long as I stay upright.
So your back's good enough that you can carry us, this team, right?
I don't know about that.
When was the surgery?
2018, so October of 2018. So almost 5 years ago.
How long was the recovery?
6 months. You know, they said I could start golfing after 4, but it was over winter and I didn't want to push it. I stand at my desk all day because I can't sit. You know, I can sit in my car for a decent amount of time, but it's just, the more I sit, the worse it gets.
Wow.
So I just have to be, you know, as upright as I can. So, you know, and golf's okay. I think if I play, you know, that's why I don't play as much anymore. It's just too many days in a row. It just starts to get a little too sore. But, you know, 2 or 3 days here and there, it seems okay.
Handicap for a second. Now I'm at 8. Sit down. Wait. A little too strong.
Whoa, Wes. It's a 15-footer. It's a free throw. Remember, you gotta use your legs and finish with your index finger last.
Finish?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm on it. Thanks, Coach.
There you go.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Needs more in the knees. Gotta bend those knees just a little more.
When you were at your best, what was the strong part of your game?
Ball striking. I think off the tee I was really good because I knew I could get the ball out there as far as I could. It's close to the green. I was really good with my driver and I had a lot of confidence in it. I still feel like I'm okay with the driver, but obviously over the years when you don't play as much, your game starts to decline a little bit, and you know, your long game still kind of stays okay, but it's the short game that really you know, declines. But I've always had an okay short game, never great, but I think my long game is what always, you know, produced good scores.
I mean, which is odd because you look at you're not a big guy,
No.
but you get the ball out there,
Yeah.
and most people would think that it would be your short game that would be, but you still hit it hard.
Yeah. I mean, I still, you know, I feel like I can still get it out there. Obviously, there's some guys out there that hit it a ton. I'm not even in the same realm as them, but no, I still feel like if I can keep it in play, you know, have a bunch of wedges into greens, I still feel like I can play. You know, it's just making putts.
You won a state title,
Yeah.
and your dad was the coach, wasn't he? An interim coach?
So funny story. My junior year, I didn't play basketball. That was the year that we won state. But I was on just because I had all my friends on the team. I was on as kind of like a team manager just to be around the guys. But that was the year that we won state. So the next year, my senior year, I ended up playing.
Who are some of your mentors in the section, or just people you looked up to in the game of golf?
I think I got to start with Devin. I've known Devin for almost 20 years. He was like my first boss at South Mountain. You know, all the bosses I've had, Jerry Brewster, Wade Olson, you know, Troy Watkins, Mark Owen. These are guys that I've worked under, but, you know, I look up to a lot of these guys because they hold themselves high. You know, there's so many good people in the section, and I you know, I really enjoy being around a lot of these guys.
Dustin, thanks for taking the time to talk to us.
Wes. I appreciate it.
Good luck out there.
Thanks, I appreciate it.